Akademiks. Can't ride no whip.
I think Netflix fibbed on this. But if you ask me, and I'm saying this selflessly because you won't hear other people say this, because saying this puts in jeopardy of potentially any opportunity I could later have with Netflix. I think Netflix wanted this doc and commissioned this doc, but they wanted to be shiesty. I think they picked 50, and I think they knew that 50 was a good villain to have as the face because they wanted to do shiesty shit. What you're going to see is that there's a trailer of this Diddy documentary, which is supposed his own video footage of days and weeks leading up to his arrest that his own team was filming. That they somehow, Diddy responded to it later saying they stole the footage, and Diddy's calling it illegally put it out, but unethically put it out. And I think that Netflix needed somebody to be the face to take that blame. And who better to take the blame than Curtis 50 Cent Jackson? And I really think this is Netflix's thing. I don't think 50 went out of his way and found this. I think Netflix did it. But Netflix needed the face because there was many bids to get the documentary. Many bids. Why did they pick 50? Picking 50, if you guys are a publisher, is a conflict of interest. His baby mama is one of the victims that's involved in the case. How could he provide any type of neutral type of documentary when his baby mama was getting stuffed with 9-inch cocks by these goddamn escorts time after time after time after again? She was having all-star freak-offs. How could the baby father of the victim be the person to give somewhat of a neutral documentary look into the behind the scenes or the life of the guy that is accused of vilifying said person? So I think this was a Netflix play, me personally. I'm going to play you the interview, because now 50 is on the front lines doing interviews for the documentary that's going to launch on Netflix in 3 days. Yes, December 4th. Also, I want to point this out. Before I get into it. I'm not going to stop it in between, so that's why I'm doing my soliloquy now. I want to point this out, Chad. 50 posted this. He says, "This is the message Jay-Z sent me when he's realized he's not in the Diddy doc." I don't think, ironically, when is the Diddy doc coming out? It's coming out the 2nd. I don't think it's ironic that it's coming out 2 days before Jay-Z's birthday. I think 50 got access to grind, whatever you might think it is, with Diddy. And if I'm Jay right now, Jay better have a war chest for 50. Because when 50 could drop a guillotine on this nigga, it's going to be hell to pay. Trust me, he's already, even when he's focused on Diddy, because he know he got Diddy down bad. Diddy's already getting stomped out. He's calling the YNs. Now we beating this nigga's ass. But he's basically looking over like, nigga, eventually I'm going to catch you like that. Remember that. He's dropping it 2 days before Jay's birthday. Remember that. Anyway, let me play this. Watch.
Never before seen footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last September.
You want to put the stuff in my fanny pack, King?
The exclusive video obtained by Netflix shows Combs debating with his lawyers about strategy.
Listen to me. I'm going to get off the phone right now, and I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what nobody said. Let's just, here and there, y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
The footage is part of a new, highly anticipated docuseries by director Alex Stapleton and rapper and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, titled Sean Combs, The Reckoning. Was there anything that surprised you when you were watching?
I think it was surprising that he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand
Ruger Red,
presence.
thank you.
You know, he has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account in how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
Off my back, bro. Lord, you win. I'm gonna win. Lord, you win. We win it.
I'll accept it. I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got it. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath.
Oh my God. Ironically, you know what people said? Yo, how come Diddy, who was sopping up all the semen from Cassie's vagina and rubbing it up on his nipples and having week-long or weekend-long freak-offs where multiple dudes was peeing on his girl that he was licking and kissing and fucking, how come that guy's a germaphobe? How come you playing with man milk, rubbing it on your chest, your girl getting peed on, 5 niggas fucking her, y'all got baby oil, all type of stuff, y'all got all type of freaky, nasty shit going on, but you walk down the street, dap up 5 people, and you like, give me some hand sanitizer. I need a shower. These niggas got germs. What? Nigga, huh? How you a germaphobe now? I seen that combo.
Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like 150 hugs.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was...
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This is where I think the documentary is tainted. I want to just be very clear. I fuck with 50 and everything, but I'm going to be honest, dog. Yo, I'm going to keep... Nigga, I went to Complex Con. Nigga, I dapped up like about 100 people. First of all, I'm one of those people, every time I go on a trip and I'm around mad people and, you know, I'm on planes with people. I got dap up mad people. Every time I come back home, I'm sick. Always. Always sick. So I dap up mad people, whatever, at Complex Con. Nigga, my security who travels with me all the time, he knows me. Like, bro, he gave me hand sanitizer. Yo, bro, here's hand sanitizer. I don't think the people who love me, who wanted to dap me up or give me a hug, is disgusting. Like, bro, you're just, you know, you're trying to keep healthy. But of course, 50 is gonna frame it in a way to say, Diddy thinks he's cleaner than y'all. And this is why I think the doc is kind of tainted, bro, because you're taking that, yo, even when the president of the United States walks through and he shakes some hands or whatever, like, yeah, he does that. Maybe he doesn't say necessarily that, but like, yeah, he's going to get some hand sanitizer and do all that shit. You get 50 who could frame the shit in his own realm to make Diddy look like a monster, that he's some guy who scorns the public. Bro, come on. Like, Diddy was running marathons with people. Pause. Pause. He was doing 5K marathons. Y'all remember when Diddy was doing marathons? Diddy Marathon NYC. Like, yo, Diddy's always been a guy that's kind of been off the people. Like, Diddy's been off the people way more than 50, respectfully. And this is where I'm like, yo, and you know, I'm in media, so I know he who controls the story and controls the narrative is the ruler. This is why I've always said media is so powerful. Because now you get 50 telling the story of Diddy. He's not going to look at that and be like, yo, bro, your 50 sometimes goes, when he was selling the FN vodka thing, he would go to these store openings where they would be starting to sell FN, and he would go there for sign-ins and take pictures with people who would buy the vodka. I'm pretty sure when he got back in the car, it was like, yo, bro, hey, yo, take some hand sanitizer, make sure you're good, we going to the next stop. But he's weaponizing it against Diddy, like Diddy's some really, I'm disgusted with regular people. Like, and I think that's where the documentary, and that's why I'm blaming Netflix, is like, I love 50 and everything, but bro, you're tainting the documentary because it's clear 50 is taking micro moments to make this nigga look like a monster.
Harlem, and his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in
the car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. That was, it show you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah, I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like, that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or
And this is where I think 50's also good. 50's also mastered media. I'm surprised 50 hasn't launched a huge media company, even though he has this new thing called 50 Tentash. I don't know what it's called, but 50. The reason why you have issues with Diddy is many micro moments, or not micro moments, but like the deal with is it Mace? Yeah, Mace, or potentially signing Mace. It's Diddy supposedly trying to almost block you from signing initially. It's mad different things over time. So and then ultimately to him fucking your baby mama and whoring her out and turning into a prostitute that was fucking multiple prostitutes and escorts at his very whim. Him peeing on her, him doing things that you would never do to her because you loved her. That's why you decided to have a kid with her. That's where it comes from. So when you're like, oh, people think my beef with him stems from him wanting to take me shopping. No, you're smart. That's the thing you mentioned on the Breakfast Club. But there's many things behind the scenes that you always felt that Diddy was slighting you.
That you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform.
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester, like maybe you'll come play with me, type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to also let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first.
Oh, wow. There's 2 jurors who are speaking. Wow.
Time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering, and how they reached their mixed verdict.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. There is a page called Diddy Docket. Okay. And they always had a website, and they did a really good job of what the fuck is release? Oh, this is Diddy's release, supposedly 2028, 915 days. Oh my God. Let's look at the case. Okay, so this is where we'll find out the jurors. Juror 160 and 75. Juror 160 and 75. What? Why can't we see? Juror 160 and 75. Do we see 75 here? Oh, no, it doesn't list who the... Okay, maybe we could see. Oh, yeah, it doesn't tell what juror they are. Fuck. Yeah, I wish they had Cassie Ventura. By the way, this website does a really good job of kind of like memorializing the whole thing. Anyway.
Finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as 2 people in love, and Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. Cassie, is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in as she's like 18, like 19 years old in the very beginning. After a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as hip hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's gonna say this is the best
Oh my God! Look at 50.
documentary I've seen in a long time.
Nah, 50 is something else, bro.
Because you'll see people saying that. I mean, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth. I think he'll see the truth in it.
Wow.
Yo, let me tell you this. Yo, I love Fifth. But yo, Fifth. I hope this day never comes. But if the day ever comes where somebody got the drop on you and they're about to dun you, and obviously I'm talking about on some like, yo, they got some info, or like they're trying to like ruin your career. You've worked hard for this shit, brother. Like, you have. The shit I've seen a nigga like you do to niggas, I don't think if there's ever a time where you could be like, yo, nah, spare him. If it's ever a time with you and the son, I don't think not one person on earth gonna be like, nah, y'all chill, man. It's Fifth, spare him. I think they're gonna be like, fuck it. Fuck it. Now, even 50 other ops is disgusted by how 50's moving. Ja Rule chimed in. Ja Rule said, am I peeking, by the way? Can you hear me? Ja Rule said, oh, did he delete it? Oh, he says, you a rat. You a rat, always been, always will be a fucking rat. Used car salesman suit wearing, field goal nose having, Herman Munster head ass nigga. And he's dissing 50 for essentially 50 being involved with this shit. Now 50 is devious, man.
That he actually filmed it.
It was very interesting.
So it looks like Diddy did he did what I heard Tory Lanez was doing. So a lot of these, guys, when they believe or start drinking their own Kool-Aid, they're like, oh, I'm about to beat this shit. They start recording for themselves what could be a documentary. Like, supposedly Tory Lanez was recording a documentary because he thought he was going to beat his case. And had he beat his case, he probably would have got $10 million for that documentary, right? It's like, yo, this is the film from inside the war room, this and third, except he didn't beat the case. So, as you should expect, whatever that footage supposedly is, it's gone. It's never going to be seen, and it shouldn't be seen because Tory didn't beat his case. I think Diddy was doing the same thing. Now, granted, maybe Diddy really was on something. Nah, these niggas ain't got shit against me. Because I think for Tory really believed he was beating the case. Like, literally. Like, legit. Like Tory was like, nah, this shit is bullshit. Now, this is me saying this, not Tory. I think Tory really believed he was beating the case. The thing with Diddy is that, yo, the feds raided your house. Yo, one of your concubines, 50's baby mama, she stopped talking to you. Cassie, who you ain't talked to in mad long, she's telling. The feds is going hard to get you. How confident is that you're gonna beat this case? That you're saying, nah, film me while I'm like basically in the war room trying to do PR, trying to get people to like. How confident are you that you're filming that? Because it's no way you're thinking about releasing this if you don't beat it. And supposedly he doesn't beat, well, not supposedly, he didn't beat it, so he didn't pay the people. Am I clipping? The fuck? So he didn't beat it. So he didn't. Let me make sure I'm good. So he didn't beat it. So he didn't pay the people. And I guess the people who had the footage or whoever was filming said, shit, this footage ain't going to waste. And Netflix or 50 comes to them and they sell that same footage to 50 or Netflix, and they just take out different parts. They splice it up and make it look in a way that they want to make it look for their documentary. Wow.
What's the odds that
Yeah, I gotta take a bath.
Taking that into account and how he was coming off to the public.
The exclusive video also shows Combs in Harlem greeting fans.
Off my back, bro. Lord, you win. I'm gonna win. Lord, you win. We win it.
I'll accept it.
I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on.
I got it. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath. Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like 150 hugs.
You're a public person as well, and there was one instance in Harlem.
Now, there is a press release or a response from Diddy's team, and they have spoken out against this. So as what they have said, so this is an exclusive statement from Diddy's rep on 50's new documentary. It says, "We have confirmed that Netflix used footage that was never authorized, that was never authorized for release, including private moments and pre-indictment material from an unfinished project and conversation involving legal strategy that were not intended for public viewing. The footage was created for an entirely different purpose, under an arrangement that was never completed, and no rights were ever transferred to Netflix. A payment dispute between outside parties does not create permission for Netflix to use unlicensed private material. None of this footage came from Mr. Combs or his team, and its inclusion raises serious questions about how it was obtained and why Netflix chose to use it." Now, you know why they chose to use it, because it's a bigger documentary if it paints you as a villain. Now, here's the reality about it. It looks like this might be a faux pas, so to speak, or a mistake on the path on Diddy's side. Even if you're not going to use the footage, you should have paid the people that you had the rights to the footage. In a lot of these situations, when you have somebody film you, you don't get the rights to the footage, even if they did work for you, until you pay them. So since you didn't pay them, they feel that the footage is theirs and that they could sell the footage to whoever who wants it. And then they sold it to the highest bidder, which is 50 Cent or Netflix. So that's the point. So again, as much as I do think this is some snaky shit, I think Diddy's team should have crossed their T's and dot their I's. You should have paid for the footage or paid whatever was agreed on for the footage, even if he did get indicted or he lost the case, because you don't want that footage to come out. That mistake of not paying, now it's very different if they paid for the footage. Say they paid. Remember, they're the one who's saying a payment dispute, which means I'm thinking they didn't pay the people who filmed it, and the people who filmed it like, so what's up? Like, we did the work. Why aren't we getting paid? And I guess like they're now caught up in a windstorm with everything going on with the trial. They're like, yeah, bro, we ain't got time to deal with you. These people want to get paid. They're like, okay. So they're like, all right, fuck it. If y'all haven't paid for the footage yet, the footage is ours. Okay, cool. We'll shop it. They go shop it to Netflix. Netflix gets it. Netflix says, oh, shit. Wait, how did this footage come around? They know they're going to come under some fire. They're like, all right, let's bring 50 Cent on board. He'll take the heat and get the credit, but we get to use this explosive footage that gets to paint Sean Combs in this like unique light, but we could paint him however we want. Said Diddy also alleges that Netflix's recent pattern of prioritizing sensational content over accuracy, as seen in their decision to rely on discredited fabricating journals in a separate documentary. The use of unauthorized footage here reflects a reckless disregard, not journalism. Diddy's publicist says their legal team is formally notifying Netflix and says they expect the company to address these issues immediately. I asked how this footage will affect his appeal. Keep in mind, Diddy's team hasn't fully seen the doc, blah, blah, blah. In response, Diddy's team says it can't affect his appeal legally, but his judges are human and they may get some type of emotional spirit out of this and render a decision based on that. Beyond legal concerns, Combs views Netflix's decision as a personal breach of trust. He has long respected Ted Sarandos. So is that the CEO? Oh, wow. This is how you know Diddy's kicked out of Billionaires Club. Like, he's naming the people. Look, he's the co-chief executive, so the co-CEO of Netflix since 2020. So Diddy's name dropping the CEO like, yo, I've always respected you. Diddy, they don't see you in the Billionaires Club no more. They see you as a creep that everybody who wants to be up on a high horse on a soapbox, they're going to kick your back in. It's the same way how everybody turned on Harvey Weinstein. Not saying Harvey Weinstein's not a creep, but the same people who used to stand right next to him, once they realized Harvey Weinstein was done, they now came out and spoke out the loudest. The ones that were cool with him spoke out the loudest. Why? Because that nigga ain't never coming back. You don't need him no more. And now you need to show you that you're separate from him and you need to capitalize off his downfall. And that's what happened. So he said he's long respected Ted Sarandos, admired the legacy of Clarence Avant. So he's name dropping. Look at Diddy. He name dropping. Diddy ready to snitch. I could tell, bro. Name dropping niggas. Clarence Avant. Who's this? This is a prominent. He's a film producer. I'm guessing he's the person who produced the film. Ooh. Wait. It says remembering him. Did he die? I guess he died. Clarence Avant, Diddy.
But so what? That's part of the game.
They are, right?
EMI Warner Brothers.
There's some shit here. I don't know what this is. It says Feds finally exposed Diddy and Clarence Avant connection. What does that mean? That's interesting. It says admire the legacy of Clarence Avant and maintain positive personal relationships with the company's leadership. So damn, Diddy's team is specifically like name dropping like, yo, bro, we love y'all. Like shit, I've had relationships with y'all. So for Netflix to hand the story to someone who has publicly attacked him for decades, which is handed to 50, to Combs feel like an unnecessarily and deeply personal affront. He expected fairness at minimum from people he considered colleagues. No, Netflix knew it was some shicey shit, and they needed someone to take the blame. And it's 50. 50 don't care. Keep in mind, I was also told Diddy had been working out on his own doc with Netflix prior to his release, but backed out once he couldn't have creative control. Wow. So Diddy was working with Netflix too, and they just chose 50 and just...
And his reaction when those people
went away.
Got in the
car and said, I feel like I need to wash, like I'm dirt. It shows you his character.
Was that the reason for including it?
Yeah. I mean, what's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
What they consider a pre-existing beef, right, for 20 years, right, is me being uncomfortable with him suggesting that he takes me shopping, or I looked at it like it was like a tester, like maybe you'll come play with me, type of thing, right? And it's not personal.
I think it's important to also let people know that the show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. We weren't trying to just get the highlights, the salacious details, that the real goal was to storytell. And not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this project.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex trafficking charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cat.
Wow. Okay.
All right, so
completely the perspective
is
Kalina Harper, which I think is also insane because you guys know she's a former member of Dirty Money. And this is so it was her and it was Dawn. Remember, people were alleging that Diddy like might have paid her off or something because allegedly because there was contact between him and her, and she was saying that what Dawn was saying wasn't true. Brooklyn Baps, who was on Making the Band, Clayton Howard, Capricorn Clark. I'm like, how Capricorn Clark, who's a former assistant and creative director of Bad Boy.
She had some good testimony. That was the one that was in the car when they
allegedly blew up his car.
But I'm like, yo, how did he get her in this? I don't know. There's about to be in the jury.
Oh, so they're talking about the people in the dock. Oh my God.
Why do you think she wouldn't do a doc? She testified.
Yeah, against them.
I mean, I don't know. But the jurors, I think,
I think she wants to write a book.
Yeah,
it's like,
she does.
Why wouldn't she do a doc?
I just thought maybe she. No, I don't know.
Listen,
she's going through her own experiences.
Over here, girl.
It is
like, I cannot believe
the jurors too. Even like the people who
they talk to the jurors as well.
Yeah, they talk to. It just says jurors with an S. So I don't know like who, whatever.
But we get to watch tomorrow.
Speaker Music, thank you for the 10, bro. It says, Diddy played himself twice. Once for filming himself being holier than thou. Second for stiffing people who legitimately did work for you. They didn't do it for free. I agree. Now, here's the thing. I don't think Diddy stiffed them himself. Diddy has a team. Chat, like, I want to make it abundantly clear. Remember I told you Diddy's team, so Combs Enterprise or Combs Global, whatever this shit's called, they owe me $10,000. This is a fact. I could bring it up. They owe me $10,000. Once I seen that Diddy got arrested, bro, I just kind of like, oh, I'm not getting paid. It's okay. Bro, I'm not starved like that. And I get it. Like, bro, we're all in this culture. I get it. I would imagine that many people who are doing business with Diddy probably would think the same. I don't think Diddy. So when I said, oh, I think I'm not getting paid. And by the way, if you're wondering why I owed that money, they ran, we did a Ciroc thing. It was some Ciroc. They were announcing some new flavor. I forgot what it was. But yeah, so we agreed on an amount. It was $10,000. And they didn't pay me. And once he got arrested, I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to get this money. You know, like, I'm just not going to, you know, like, I know his life and career will never be the same again. Like, what am I going to do? Be like, no, you owe me 10 grand. Give me the 10 grand. I don't need me 10 grand. Or I could have been on some, well, I'm going to do some shicey shit. No, I was just like, yo, bro, we're all in this culture. Fuck it. Now, do I think that it's Diddy saying, yo, don't pay Ak? No, fuck no. I don't think that's the case. Bro, I never even talked to Diddy for that. I was talking to like the global people, like his enterprise people that work for that company. It's a company he owns, but it's not like it's crisis mode. The guy who runs the company is locked up. So that's what I'm trying to say. Y'all are saying that Diddy stiffed this video company. Diddy's locked up. His team has to start to cut costs, figure out what's important. Hey, could y'all hold up? Hey, just hold the footage. You know what Diddy's team probably told us, like these photographers or whatever. Yo, hold the video. We'll get back to y'all on it. Which means yes, we didn't pay y'all for it, but y'all could hold it. Right now, the pressing stuff is getting him bail and try to beat this case. Obviously, he gets convicted of the sex prostitution stuff, and he goes to jail, right? And just off of that, because he didn't beat the case and he did get indicted, the footage isn't worth that much. These people who did the work, they're like, they're not looking at like how I'm looking at it, like, bro, you got to take a L. It's cool. Like, bro, like you're hip hop, nigga. Like, it give us and it take it away. Like, what are you going to do? Like, yo, Diddy owes me 10K, so I'm just going to be mad at Diddy for life? What the fuck? No. So I understand, but these people, like, they're just workers. So they're like, wait, somebody got to pay us for this. They're like, yo, hold on, chill out. And I'm pretty sure they got impatient. They're like, yo, this footage is devalued by Diddy's. Why would they want to buy a footage if he gets convicted? Why would they want to buy a footage if he gets charged? Right? Like, if Diddy had beat the whole case, Diddy would pay them for the footage. Right? Because that'd be a great, like, yo, I got locked up unfairly, but Diddy got damn near was it a couple years? Yeah, he got a couple years he got to do. It wasn't a clean sweep. The footage is kind of worthless, and I think the people are like, are we going to take the L or just try to sell this? And they try to sell it. So that's the thing.
Comes out tonight.
Tonight
right?
at midnight.
Midnight.
Yeah, I ain't staying up for that. I'll watch it tomorrow.
Now let's take a
Wednesday.
listen.
I'm staying up for this one.
I'm gonna stay up for it too.
I'm gonna watch this one.
So a lot of people have been talking about, whether this turns another bad light onto hip hop and hip hop being attacked, and like why 50 Cent wants to be the person that adds into this. Let's take a listen to 50 talk about that.
Do you think that hip hop?
See
That was the first question I
Why
asked.
would you make a
And-
mistake?
Yeah.
Weinstein is on trial. Nobody says, "Well, is this Hollywood on trial?" And when Abercrombie and Fitch guys on trial, nobody says, "Is the clothing industry on trial?" Like, no, this has nothing to do with hip hop.
No.
This was one man's choices. That's it. This is about Diddy and nothing else. This ain't got nothing to do with no damn hip hop. But I hate when they do that.
I'm sure you're gonna see a bunch of lawsuits because if that guy worked for Diddy and he sold that footage to somebody else, he had to be under contract, right?
Well,
there had to be stipulations because there's no way Diddy's gonna have people around him that he does not own that footage. I can't see I can't see that.
That was the first question I asked.
Would you make a mistake that big?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then how the hell you gonna let him just leave with the footage?
So
that footage come with me. That SD card come with me.
So I don't have any confirmations of any legal action as of yet, but the statement that I received from Diddy's team says that we have confirmed that Netflix used footage that was never authorized for release, including private moments. The footage was created for an entirely different purpose under an agreement that was never completed. So for background information, what I was told was that Diddy's team says that there was supposed to have been a conversation between Netflix and Diddy, and he was recording footage, Diddy, to do his own documentary. But once he was...
didn't I tell y'all, chat? Wow. Okay. And by the way, Shorty, I know you tried to get a big act before, but I think I put you in check, and I think we straight now. I hope we straight. Are we good? So I got to see if we good with these people, because once I respond, they be in their feelings. I let it go. Once I get my shit off, that's why I got the platform. I get it off. You know what I mean? Like, remember the chick that was with Cam? I got my shit off, and I was good. Yo, when I was at CompassCon, I went to Cam shit. I watched it, and it was like, yo, it's Q&A time. I said, I got a question to ask. Nigga, I walked up there, nigga. I said, what up, Cam? What up, Mace? What up, Shorty in the middle? What's up with you? I see you. Stat, I got you. I don't know if she's smart, but I asked my question, you know what I mean? So I don't know if they be still mad, but I get my shit off. Anyway, and speaking of which, I gotta tell Shorty, actually, let me not say that yet. I ain't gonna say that. We'll see. Anyway, the point is this. Oh, she's saying some important shit, which is, I guess she talked to, so Diddy's team was doing this is how I know Netflix slimed Diddy out. It's not 50. Netflix knew, or usually they're gonna have meetings about it. It's okay, so how is this doc going? Oh, we got this team recording, blah blah da da da. Diddy bails on the doc. He bails on the doc. Who would know the people who Diddy, while they were working on it, had film in it? Netflix. So Netflix hit up the team after Diddy bails on the doc, and then he gets locked up, buys the footage, but they're gonna seem slimy. That's why they bring 50 in. Yep, you could tell. They're saying the doc that Diddy was filming himself was for Netflix. Diddy bails, gets locked up. The same footage gets purchased, but 50 puts it out. Netflix slimed him.
Do that.
I'm sure you're gonna see a bunch of lawsuits because if that guy worked for Diddy and he sold that footage to somebody else, he had to be under contract, right?
Well,
there had to be stipulations because there's no way Diddy's gonna have people around him that he does not own that footage. I can't see I can't see that.
That was the first question I asked.
Would you make a mistake that big?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then how the hell you gonna let him just leave with the footage?
So
that footage come with me. That SD card come with me.
So I don't have any confirmations of any legal action as of yet, but the statement that I received from Diddy's team says that we have confirmed that Netflix used footage that was never authorized for release, including private moments. The footage was created for an entirely different purpose under an agreement that was never completed. So for background information, what I was told was that Diddy's team says that there was supposed to have been a conversation between Netflix and Diddy, and he was recording footage, Diddy, to do his own documentary. But once he was told he was not going to have full creative control, he backed out of the situation with Netflix. And they believe that this is some of the footage that was being used for that. But from what I was told, there's a contract with the original photographer, videographer, but they don't know if it covers this guy yet. So they're still trying to sort that out. To see if there's any legal steps that they can take.
And then I wonder who, if legal steps are taken, do they go after the videographer? Because he's the one that allegedly sold it, right? So they would have to go after him because they made the deal with him, correct? Maybe not.
What does it matter? The doc's already coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out. You're gonna see it. Even if it's pulled down, you're gonna watch it. Yeah.
Everybody gonna watch it tomorrow. They're gonna record it. And plus, it's Netflix, right? Netflix ain't even gonna put that out unless they've already crossed all their T's.
Dotted their T's and dotted I's. Cross the T's.
Dotted their T's. Huh?
I said cross the T's and dot the I's. You said dotted the T's. I said cross the T's, dot the I's.
No T's.
And crossing no I's.
I said cross the T's and dotted the I's.
Who the hell cross-eyed? You always trying to throw shots at Lauren.
my God.
I'm sick of it.
What?
Wow.
What?
How I get in this?
What?
How I get in this?
I'm just sick of this, Lauren. I got your back.
No legal action can happen from it, though, right? That's it.
No, well, I don't know because they don't know yet what were the terms and not the terms or all that. But they did tell me that their legal team is formally notifying Netflix of the fact that they feel like that this was unauthorized use of, like, you know, all the things that they just said.
Yeah, like okay, I think we get what that is. All right. 50, you win again, bro. You win again. All right. Ironically, we are 3 hours in. We're only two topics.